We've seen how appending and concatenation works with Pandas series. Now we'll see how these operations work with data frames. To start, let's load data frames pop1 and pop2 from CSV files using read CSV. Notice both data frames have 4 rows and a single column. Both data frames have a column 2010 census population and an index zip code ZCTA. The rows then tell the population of a certain region of the United States from the 2010 census labeled by zip or postal code. When appended, these data frames are readily stacked row-wise, just like series. The two data frames have identical index names and column names. Both append and concat preserve the row indices in this case. By contrast, let's stack data frames with different column names. We load the data frames population and unemployment from CSV files. Population has the same column name and index name as the previous data frames pop1 and pop2. The data frame unemployment, however, has 2 columns, unemployment and participants. Moreover, the index name for unemployment is called zip instead. Notice that 2860 is the only label that occurs in both data frame indexes. When appending data frame unemployment under data frame population, the resulting data frame has 8 rows and 3 columns. The columns are the union of the columns from the input. The top 4 rows come from the population data frame and have null values filling the unemployment and participants columns. The bottom 4 rows, previously from the unemployment data frame, have the population column filled with NADS. Again, the null entries are inserted because the appended data frames have disjoint column labels. Furthermore, notice that the appended data frame has 2 rows with the same index label, 2860. The first row with label 2860 comes from the population data frame, the second comes from unemployment. Finally, let's try this all again using the function concat. Concatenating unemployment after population along axis equals 0 means stacking rows vertically at the bottom. The result is identical to invoking population.append unemployment. Also notice that stating axis equals 0 or axis equals rows is optional, that is, it's the default behavior. By contrast, using axis equals 1 or axis equals columns stacks data frame columns horizontally on the right. In that case, the resulting data frame has 7 rows and 3 columns. The rows with index value 2860 get aligned when concatenated. That is, values get propagated from both data frames population and unemployment to fill that row. For these other rows here that are present in population but not unemployment, the columns unemployment and participants are filled with NADS. Similarly, for these other rows that occur in unemployment but not in population, the 2010 census population column is filled with NADS. We'll see later that this is called an outer join. It's time now to do some exercises appending and concatenating data frames.